you can tell it's got a little bit of season change, and I've got my cup of herbal tea instead of water. We'll actually start standing up, but there's not a lot of standing up. I would like to treat you to the lovely restorative practice with the EBR, Energy Block Release 7, which is almost all done horizontally. So you can have that on record while I'm on my break and really enjoy it. And we'll have quite a long relaxation as well, and the gesture of acceptance as well to finish. So it should be awesome. So we'll take a moment just standing in Tadasana, the feet hip width apart, parallel, the knees soft. Let the tailbone drop down and become heavy on the out breath. Dog wants to come in. What do you do? Do you want to come in? You coming in? One sec. And then as you breathe in, just lengthen just gently today through the rest of the spine up to the crown. Let the shoulders soften down. And just take a moment to arrive fully in the present moment by listening to a few of the sounds in the room, or following the movement of your breath. Again, each out breath, allowing the lower part of the body to sink down, bringing the awareness to the soles of the feet. As if you can just grow roots down into the ground, each out breath, softening the body. And then when you're ready, gently opening the eyes. We're going to begin with a gentle doing. We're going to do a few standing activations, gentle standing activations, just to move the body and settle the body before we go into the energy block release 7. So we're making a fist. We're just massaging all of those pressure points in the hands, up the inside of the arm. And up to the shoulder there, having a squeeze. And working your way down the arm again. Find the other palm of your hands. Give it a gentle doe. Coming up the inside of the arm. And to that shoulder, give the shoulder a lovely squeeze. Breathe in as you squeeze and breathe out as you release. Coming down the back of the arm. And then find your hip bone. Just massage all around. You might want to prefer to use the fingers to just have a little poke around that little pressure point. Come around to the back, the lower back. That lovely pad of muscle that you use every step you take. And the buttocks. Down the back of the thighs, the hamstrings muscle, and the calf. Squeeze or doe, you choose. If you don't want to go all the way to the ground, just wiggle your toes. See if you can wiggle one at a time, or have a squeeze of each toe and literally wiggle them. I like to sort of stand on the inside of the foot there. Give it a squish. And come up the inside of the leg. Finding the other hip bone. Have a little squidge around there. into the back muscles of the lower back. And the buttocks. Thigh. Down that calf muscle. Across the top of the foot, wiggling and squeezing each toe. Aren't they wonderful? I like to sort of press down a little so I can really squeeze the inside of the foot there. And coming up again, the inside of the leg. There we go. I'm just going to have a few gentle shoulder circles with your breath. So using the breath to unwind, breathing in and exhale. Imagine the shoulders as ice, just melting into water. Water evaporating into vapour. As you get rid of those, any little spots of tension there. Let's take it the other way. So breathing in and out. And bringing the hands down to the side of the body. So we're going to work with that gentle tri-spinal. We'll just have a nice soft one today. Let the knees and ankles join in if they want to. So the first movement your lovely spine can make is this gentle twisting. So in today's session we're very much easing off any pockets of tension, so not creating a spectacular movement, just enjoying. Enjoy the air moving over the arms as well. It's so lovely and cool again today. And coming up to shoulder height gradually. Beginning to let the breath, or maybe your breath has just done it automatically, synchronize. So breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Letting the arms come a little lower each swing. Maybe letting the heels just settle back onto the mat. Just lightly switch your core on before we begin this second movement. Breathing in one side, breathing out the other. Keep it quite light today if you need to. But we're just using those wonderful oblique muscles each side of the waist. And then bring the feet back to hip width apart. Lightly switch your core on for a forward and backwards movement, the third of the tri-spinal movements. Inhaling, extending the spine. Exhaling, flexing the spine, bending the knees at the same time. Uncurl with the core switched on. You can just play with this, make it a little bit bigger if you want to, have a little back bend if you want to. But making sure you're bending the knees, tucking the tailbone under, and keeping your belly button to the spine as you uncurl. Look after your lovely back. Let's just have one more. Reaching right up, and then just let the arms swing. I love doing that. So we'll take some pliés as well, taking the feet quite wide, toes sort of about 45 degrees. Keep the spine upright, breathe in, and then plié down. Engage your glutes a little so you can keep your spine from the tailbone to the crown vertical. And as you take that breath in, because your arms are moving from your tailbone to your crown and beyond, you can imagine you can take your breath from the tailbone up to the crown and beyond. Last one. And then we'll just bring the feet back to hip width. Have a good stretch through each side. So the sequence we're going to work with, the energy block release 7, is done lying down, but we're just going to sit for a moment to practice some of the movements so that you can see them, because you probably won't be looking at your computer whilst we're doing them. And I'll continue sitting, and the ones you might need to see, I will do in the sitting position, but we'll do them together first of all in the seated position. So it could be on a chair or on the floor, but we will be lying down for most of the time. So they've all got a name, the energy block release sequences. So this one is called dynamic relaxation. You know how sometimes when you try to lie still, or if you meditate and you try to sit still and meditate, sometimes your body likes to move, and sometimes it's easier to help the body really wind down with these beautiful movements synchronized with the breath. So it's an amazing lead in to your deep relaxation. It's possible you may go to sleep once we're in the deep relaxation. It's very mindful, so it takes your mind off other things, because you have to concentrate on moving in synchrony with the breath, and it switches on your parasympathetic nervous system by doing that. So the rest and digest system instead of the fight and flight. So really great sequence. Sarah probably could have done with this the last couple of weeks. She's an exam officer at a big secondary school, so she's made it through, and so have the kids. So you can send this out to anyone you know who needs it and see if they want to join us online at a later date. So the movements I want to show you first are the slightly more complicated ones. It's not, you can't do anything wrong. There's just quite late on towards the end of the sequence, there's 3 sections, all called the shield of light, which I love this idea that you can build this kind of egg almost around you, if you like, of light through these movements, a kind of protective shield. You know, you can go through your day afterwards with that feeling. And there's establishing the shield. And it also includes, this is going to include the Akash Mudra. It's just a lovely little triangle with the first fingers and the thumbs. So the Akash Mudra is used to help you visualize spaciousness. So it's a bit like a gateway to spaciousness, and spaciousness is one of the techniques, together with stillness and silence, that just can sort of help your mind settle. So we begin with the arms at the side, and this is establishing the shield. So you would be lying down and your arms would be a little bit off the ground, and you just bring the arms up overhead into the Akash Mudra. And then you sort of cross the wrists in front of you and bring the arms down in front of you. So you can do that with the breath. So it'd be inhaling, making the Akash Mudra, having a breath there, and then on the exhale. In an ideal world, I can never manage this, You can remember which wrist crossed over which. So we're going to be breathing in, Akash Mudra, breathing in again, and then breathing out. So that's establishing the shield. Doesn't matter if you do something different. I probably won't be able to see you lying down, and no one else can. Just do what feels right. And then the second one, oh, this is quite interesting. So if you can imagine yourself lying down, you'll have your little finger just below the navel here, and the other hand out to the side. And it's one of those beach ball kind of things that I do. So the hand comes up, it'll be floating above the ground, and it comes up to just about your crown. And then as you breathe out, you squeeze down. And then you switch sides. So the other hand is kind of holding the energy. Breathing in, squishing down, switching round, breathing in. So you kind of get a sense of the polarity of the two hands as you come up to the brow, and that lovely squeezing of energy there. Feels quite good sitting up. And the third one, we've done a lot of standing up. It's basically the Breath of Arjuna, and we do it in energy block release 2. And it's the one that's a bit like taking off your jumper. So you come up and you breathe out. And then you remember which wrist crossed over, and you do it the other way. So all the time you're creating this sense of light and power around you, expanding your own energy into a lovely little bubble or an egg. Awesome. I don't think there's anything else terribly complicated. As I say, you can't really go wrong. We're going to take a journey, we should have plenty of time, take a journey through the rainbow line down the lovely, it's like a mini chakra rainbow kriya that you might have done with me, where we visualize the colors of the chakras, the arms just raising. Some people like to just raise them off the ground, kind of like you're holding a beach ball, I guess. Some people like to sort of have the palms facing the body as you're raising the arms up overhead. So, but we'll get to that, and again, you can just go with it. Would you like to lie down for your chakra rainbow kriya? I might have a sip of my tea. And get yourself comfortable. If you want to do any part of it with knees bent, if it's uncomfortable, with them straight, and just make sure you keep yourself comfortable. If you want a cushion behind your head, have a cushion behind your head. I might have a little warm thing on. So we're just going to begin by getting yourself comfortable in a comfortable position, and bringing the knees up to the chest, and breathe out, hold them and just give them a squeeze into the body. Breathe out and release, and then do that again. Have another squeeze of both knees and release. And then just using your breath now, let your legs come down to the floor. You can have them straight or bent. Well, we will need them reasonably straight for a while. Each breath becoming heavier, letting your body settle. Notice the parts of your body in contact with the floor. And allow your arms to become heavy. Allow your shoulders to become heavier. Allow your hips to sink down into the floor. Allow your backs of your legs and your heels to sink down into the floor. Now bring your palms so they face the thigh. We're going to work with alternating arms. As you inhale, raising the right arm up overhead onto the floor behind you. As you exhale, bringing the right arm back down to the floor. And then the left arm as you inhale, And exhale, bring it back down to the floor. No, keep going, alternating arms, synchronizing, concentrating on synchronizing that movement with your breath. So that as you finish the in-breath, your hand reaches behind you overhead. As you finish the out-breath, it comes back to where you started. And just pause for a moment with both arms by your side. We're going to work with puppet strings, as if you've got puppet strings attached to your knee, the same knee on the same side. So now as you breathe in and raise your arm, the knee comes towards the body too. And as you breathe out, both limbs come back to where they started. And then the other side, inhaling, knee coming along too, and exhaling. Enjoy that concentration in the moment. Noticing the air moving between the fingers and across the limbs as you move. And take a moment to settle all the limbs back down to the floor. We're going to work with cross patterning, reflex, both sides and for each side of the brain, working together. So raising the right arm and the left knee this time. And back down as you breathe out. And then the left arm and the right knee as you breathe in. And continue with that cross patterning, activating the reflex and the area between both hemispheres of your brain, working together in perfect synchrony. And now rest all the limbs back to the floor. And become aware of the difference now from movement to stillness. All of your movements in this context of stillness, still body, and perhaps a more still mind. Enjoy this feeling, relaxing all four limbs, relaxing the whole of your spine, allowing your breathing to become even and natural. So now picking up your right knee, clasping the hands around it and draw it into the body, breathing out. Release just a little and then begin to circle the knee. Small circles at first. And beginning, if you want to make those circles wider, you can release the left hand and just place it on the hip for sort of balance. And just see where your knee will go. Still breathing evenly and naturally. And begin to make those movements a little smaller now. Until you can take hold again with both hands. And keeping hold with your left hand now, take your right hand out at shoulder height onto the floor. We're going to have a beautiful spinal twist. So inhale and gently draw the right knee across the body, looking along your right hand. So the knee is coming towards the left and your head's just gently turning to the right. Take a couple of breaths there if that feels okay. And then come back to the centre. So holding your right knee now, just draw it into the chest, breathing out. Ease off a little on the in-breath. And again, draw the knee to the chest. You notice that lovely flexion on the lower spine, easing off. If you want to, on the third time, bring the head towards the knee and easing off again. We're going to have another spinal twist, so keep hold with the left hand, extend the right hand out to shoulder height, and just draw your right knee towards the left hand side. Just let go a little with the tummy muscles and let gravity assist you into that lovely gentle twist. Coming back to the centre again. So this time extending your leg into the air and clasping behind the thigh or behind the calf for a hamstring stretch. Stretching the leg and drawing it towards your body. And then just release it all the way back down to the floor with its partner. So we're going to do the same thing with the left hand side. So drawing your left knee towards the body. Squeeze and exhale fully. Ease off a little. And holding onto the knee, begin to make your circles. Opening up the hip and massaging the lower spine on the floor. If you like to, gradually increasing those circles, you might like to let go with your right hand and just let it rest on your right hip as you increase that sense of opening. And begin to make the circles smaller, keeping the breath even and natural. Taking hold again with both hands. So we're going to hold on with the right hand and take the left arm out at shoulder height. Draw the left knee across the body towards the right and looking along the left hand. Breathe out into that twist. Let gravity be your friend. And coming back to the centre. Take hold of the knee with both hands. Draw it towards your chest as you exhale fully. Ease off a little. And again, drawing that to the chest. Easing off a little. And a third time, if you want to, bring your head towards the knee. And ease off. And take another spinal twist, so keep hold with your right hand. Take your left arm out at shoulder height. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, come into that lovely natural twist. Relaxing at the tummy muscles. Just adjusting your other leg so that it's comfortable for you. And come back to the centre. And now extending the leg into the air, clasping either behind the thigh or the calf for a hamstring stretch. Before relaxing your left leg down to join its partner. And for a moment now, as you lie on the ground again, relaxing the spine, begin to practice spinal breathing from the tailbone, extending all the way through the spine on the in-breath and noticing your spine relaxing down fully on the out-breath. Each breath lengthening and then flexing, relaxing. And we'll begin to exaggerate that movement. So on the in-breath, just tilting your pelvis forward so you arch, the lower part of your back comes up off the ground just a little. As you exhale, go the other way. So if you can press the lower back into the ground. And again, maybe a bit further the second time, up, right the way up to the shoulder blades. And on the exhale, rolling the spine down into the ground. And again, you can even push back on your elbows onto the floor to really expand the chest region, bring the shoulder blades together. And now just let your spine rest down onto the floor. So pushing both ankles away from you, we're going to rotate ankles, but with a bit of push away through the ankles. Begin to rotate both feet in one direction, circling, and you should notice that your lower back gets a really nice little massage there on the floor. And then rotate the ankles the other way. Longer breaths now, each circle. And just allow the back and the legs to rest again. We're going to take that journey through the rainbow now. So bring in the hands to the side of the body. Slowly moving the hands up off the ground. So they're each side of the hips at first. Visualizing that ruby red colour of Manipura. A shining ruby down at the base of your spine. As the arms begin to move a little higher, visualizing orange in the belly, in the spine behind the belly. Beautiful, joyful orange. As the arms continue their journey until they're opposite the solar plexus, sunshine yellow, calming, resting in perfect peace. As the arms come in front of the heart, or level with the heart, glorious green, filling this space. As the arms come a little higher to the throat region, visualize aquamarine, clear and clean. A little bit higher till the hands come up near to the brow. Aquamarine turns into midnight blue, indigo, higher still, above the crown, violet, and higher beyond where your hands are, flecks of gold in the violet. And we begin to move back down again, noticing the brow, indigo blue, the throat, aquamarine, clean and clear, the heart, filled with all the shades of luminescent green, the solar plexus, sunshine yellow, the belly, joyful orange. And as the hands come back down to the sides again, ruby red, like a jewel shining at the base of your spine. So we're going to work now to establish the shield, the movements that we just practiced, sitting up. So raising the arms just a little off the floor and bringing them to the sides. You take them out to the side of you, up overhead, form the Akash Mudra with the thumbs and the first fingers. Take a breath there, feeling as if you can almost expand into that space. And then crossing at the wrists, the arms come down the front of the body as you breathe out. When you're ready to breathe in again, raising the arms again, forming that Akash Mudra. Take a breath there. And as you breathe out, crossing at the wrists, palms facing the body, back down to the sides. One more, inhale, Akash Mudra. Breathe into that space, arms in front of the body. As you exhale, shield of light around you. So we're going to work with creating polarity now between the two palms. So the left hand, just like it's holding something precious with the little finger close to your belly. The right hand to the side. On an in-breath, take it up to the brow. On an out-breath, squeeze the palms together. Switch sides. So you're holding something in your right hand. The left arm comes up to the brow, so the palms are facing. Breathe out and squeeze the right arm. See if you can get in that rhythm with the breath and the gentle movement. So now the final part of creating that shield of light, Breath of Arjuna. Bring the one wrist in front of the other, and then it's like you're taking the jumper off, coming up the middle of the body. Exhale. When we do this standing up, we often imagine we've got sparklers on the fingertips, and you can just create that light around you. I'm going to have one more, but as you take it overhead this time, form the Akash Mudra overhead and have a few breaths into that space above the crown. If you like, visualizing light pouring in through the Akash Mudra into your crown and pouring down your spine, a river of light. And take the hands down the side of the body and form the Akash Mudra over the lower belly. And breathe into this area. This is a lovely area to create space, to create a sense of joy. Releasing all the tummy muscles. Let your tummy become as big as possible. Filled with abundance, like the Buddha. And now just place your right hand on your heart and your left hand over it. And if you wish, affirm to yourself, I am filled with peace. I am filled with peace. So make yourself comfortable now, because we're going to go straight into a deep relaxation. If you need cushions under the knees or a blanket over you, there's plenty of time to get those little extras and be uber comfortable, uber relaxed. Bring me my candle. Just begin to allow your body again to settle fully. To enjoy the support the ground gives you. Each out breath becoming heavier. And letting go. And we'll begin by pushing through the heels as you breathe in. And as you exhale, release that stretch. And pointing the toes away as you breathe in. And as you exhale, let go, releasing that stretch through the legs. As you next breathe in, squeeze both buttocks tightly together. Hold. And then let go. On your next in-breath, breathe into the belly. Push the belly upwards and outwards. As you breathe out, bring the belly button to the spine and press the spine to the mat. And then release. Take a soft and gentle belly breath now. And sigh it back out. On the next in-breath, squeeze both shoulder blades together behind you and hold. And then release, letting go. On the next inhale, bring the shoulders up towards the ears and then shrug them away from you. As you next breathe in, bring the chin towards the sternum, stretching the back of the neck, and release. Letting your head rest down, supported by the earth. On the next in-breath, open the mouth wide and enjoy a yawn. As you breathe out, allow the jaw to settle. Allow the tongue to rest on the palate and down through the whole of the throat region. Now squeeze the eyes, nose and mouth up tightly and release. And then raise the eyebrows up towards the crown and let go. And now visualise a golden ball of warmth, warm and soft like the rising sun. Bring this image close to the sole of your right foot, so that as you gently breathe in, you can draw warmth and softness through the muscles of the foot, allowing all the tendons and joints, the big toe and all the toes, the whole of the foot to rest completely. Allow this warmth to spread past the ankle joint, saturating the whole of your calf muscle with warmth and softness. Visualise golden light radiating all around the right knee joint. Allow warmth to spread through the thigh, the front of the thigh and the back of the thigh, as you give your right leg permission to rest completely, heavily and deeply down onto the mat. Bring this image of this golden ball of warmth close to the sole of your left foot now, so that as you inhale, you can draw warmth and softness through the whole of the foot, easing all the muscles, joints and tendon, warming the big toe and each of the toes, allowing the whole of your foot to relax. Allow warmth to spread past the ankle joint, saturating the whole of your calf muscle with warmth and softness. Visualise golden light radiating all around the knee joint, soothing and softening this joint, warming the thigh, the front of the leg and the back of the leg. And give your left leg permission to rest completely, heavily and deeply, down onto the mat. On your next inhale, fill the belly with golden warmth, creating space and softness there. As you allow the muscles of your lower back to rest, filled with warmth, unraveling, unwinding. Feel warmth spreading through the muscles on the right hand side of the spine, unraveling, unwinding. Feel warmth spreading through the muscles on the left hand side of the spine, unraveling, unwinding, as you allow your back to rest completely, supported by the earth below you. Feel warmth spreading through the right shoulder, easing any pockets of tension, melting them away, allowing the shoulder to melt down into the floor. Allow warmth to spread through the muscles of the left shoulder, easing any pockets of tension, melting them away, allowing the left shoulder to melt down into the floor. Bring the awareness to the palm of your right hand now. As you next breathe in, fill the palm with golden light. Allow it to radiate to the thumb and each of the fingers, softening your grip, letting go. Feel warmth spreading through the muscles and joints of your right arm now, as you allow it to rest completely. Bring the awareness to the palm of your left hand. As you inhale, fill the palm with golden light. Allow it to radiate to the thumb and each of the fingers, loosening your grip, letting go. Feel warmth spreading through the muscles and joints of the whole of your left arm as you allow it to rest completely down onto the mat. Fill the heart space now with golden warmth as you feel a smile spreading from shoulder to shoulder. Allow this feeling of warmth and space to spread through the neck, relaxing the muscles of the neck completely, creating space in the throat region. Allow the muscles of the face to soften as a golden glow spreads across the face. Allow the corners of the lips to gently smile. Allow the corners of the eyes to twinkle. Feel the brow soft and smooth. The muscles on the back of the head soft and smooth. And the muscles on the crown of the head soft and smooth. And rest now for a few moments as if floating on an ocean of stability and calm. So now, with gentle kindness, bring your awareness back to the crown of the head. This time visualizing bright white light. As you inhale, draw that energy into each and every brain cell, refreshing and renewing the mind. Create a river of bright white light from the crown down to the tailbone. Refreshing and renewing each vertebrae, each disc. Take a few deep breaths into the lungs. Revitalizing those vital organs, the heart and lungs. Allow this energy to radiate through both arms to the fingertips, through both legs to the tips of the toes. Take a few deep belly breaths now, revitalizing the organs of your abdomen, the digestive system, breathing behind you into the kidneys, and begin to stretch and move and wriggle. Bring your arms up or your knees up. When you're ready, take a few breaths, lying on your side, and anchor how it feels to have given yourself a whole hour of restorative yoga. And then coming back up to sitting, we're just going to work for a moment with that mudra of acceptance. So just make sure you can see it. So we connect the, connecting, it depends which way round, I'm not quite sure which way round you can see me, but it'll be your right first finger and your left thumb. And then you curl up the fingers of your right hand, place it in the palm of the left hand, and just sort of wrap it all up. That looks good. And the thumb, the right thumb, just sits there between the finger and thumb like a child between two parents. And bring that back to the heart for a moment. And focus for a moment on the quality of acceptance. Acceptance of yourself just as you are. And acceptance of your life just as it is. And then you may wish to just rub the palms together. Have a few raindrops to wake you up. I think Sarah's got real raindrops already up in Yorkshire. I think we're getting some soon, so I'm not sure outdoor yoga will be on, but we'll see. Give yourself a hug. Pat on the back if you need one. And send a hug out to everybody who's joined us and everybody who's going to watch the recording. We'll finish together with Namaste. Namaste.